All right, so here we go. This is the Hobby King Bixler 2 unboxing. Now you're thinking, man, how does a 60-inch airplane fit into a box this gigantic? This is a pretty big box. That's because there's two of them here. Me and a buddy of mine both put in for one to help with shipping. And so there are two Bixler 2s theoretically taped together here. As you can see, I have not opened it. Thought we would just do an unboxing. Came all the way from Hong Kong, and it's in pretty good condition. Actually, looks like it's foam on both sides, and then the boxes are taped together. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my trusty old X-Acto knife, and we're gonna cut this thing open. All right, here we go. The other side here. Oh, it's splitting open. Looks like it's cardboard in the middle. That's good. All right, flip this over. And all I did was remove the packing sticker because I don't want YouTube to know where I live. All right. Also, if the audio is any better on this, and I hope it is, that's because I'm using a new lavalier mic that I have clipped to my shirt. So it is a corded mic with a long cord. So, all right. So that pulls them apart. Looks pretty straightforward, actually. So we're going to go ahead and take, you know what? I'll give this one to my buddy. All right. So looks like this is taped on the bottom. Now, normally I buy little electronic things from places like Hobby King. And then if I ever need a model of some kind, I buy it at my local hobby store. Now, of course, this is named after Josh Bixler. He is one of the two Joshes over there at the Flight Test channel. If you haven't seen Flight Test, please do. Please go to YouTube and just do a search for Flight Test, one word, and you'll find Josh and Josh. Those two guys and their production crew are super amazing, and they are absolutely an inspiration to people like me who have little small-time YouTube channels. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and see what we get here. All right, so it looks like we have our inverted box here. I guess they, again, did that for shipping purposes. And so I guess at some point I'll probably go ahead and cut this box and then go ahead and re-invert it, just because I'm goofy like that, I guess. So, all right, so it looks like we have a really long carbon fiber spar here. So we're gonna go ahead and very carefully cut this. So I guess Josh Bixler, this is the Bixler 2, the follow-up to the Bixler 1. A little bit bigger, a little bit slower, but probably has more lifting capability. And that's what I'm hoping, because I want to, this is basically the first video in many where I'm going to be building an FPV setup. Okay, so looks like we have a carbon fiber spar. I'm guessing this goes in the wing or maybe in the fuselage, I don't know yet. So that's good. And this is obviously a wing. We have the other wing. Man, what must it be like to be Josh Bixler and have an airplane with your own name on it? Yeah, it looks like a little bit of gluing is going to need to be done. This foam, I don't know how well you can see this, but there's basically some foam right along the wing here that feels like it's not glued into place. And so I'm guessing, yeah, there we go. You can kind of see that that lifts up real easily. So yeah, this, yeah, I'm guessing the carbon fiber spar goes right in there. Looks like there's also a pre-cut out spot here for your servo if you want to do flaps, which I do plan on doing. I've got some nice Metal Gear servos I'm going to be putting in here because I've got them laying around. So that's pretty good. So next up we have a user's manual, and I'm just curious how the English is in this. Since Josh Bixler was directly involved in making this plane, I'm going to guess that the English in here is probably pretty good. He may have even written it himself. Thank you for choosing this classic model airplane. This model is for beginner, intermediate, and expert, or an experienced hobby enthusiast. Hope you have a nice time with this wonderful model. Happy flying. Disclaimer, do not fly this model airplane at full throttle for long periods of time. Recommended 20 to 25 second bursts. Table of contents, Bixler 2. Do not fly in storms, strong winds, bad weather, or lightning. Never fly near power lines. What's in the box? Assembly. Add glue as shown to the picture and wait for a while. And put the horizontal wing into the right position of the tail. All right, yep, so it basically has what look to be some pretty decent instructions here. That's not bad. Shows center of gravity, camera, there we go. Shows center of gravity, XT60s, connect the battery and ESC. Shows how to connect the prop. Looks pretty good. Not bad for a $70 airplane, in my opinion. So that's pretty good, pretty good. Talk about control direction tests. Very good for beginners, especially if you've been flying for a while. You pretty much know what direction your control surfaces need to move in order for your airplane to fly correctly. Something I should have done when I built the Bloody Mix Fun Bat and then crashed it, which you'll probably eventually see in a different video. So the foam seems very strong, very sturdy. It's got nice plastic hinges that seem pretty well built, so that's actually pretty impressive. And I love the stickers are very nice. They seem like they're maybe screen printed on. Pretty good. I haven't taken any of this stuff out yet, so I'll take it out of the plastic when I start building it. And of course there's our horizontal stabilizer and elevator with a nice big control surface there. Pretty cool. Again, I'm not taking any of this stuff out of the plastic yet. Got our horn, control horn there, and it goes all the way through and it's clipped into place. That's actually really good. This seems like a very well-built plane so far, and the hinges feel really smooth. There's almost no play in the hinges whatsoever. So that's pretty good, I think. And of course, what does everybody want to see? I'm pulling this one out of the plastic. This is our fuselage, and it's pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out of the plastic since it's not sealed. Man, that's a cool looking plane. This is my first pusher prop. And so there it is. Got your little guy in there. Okay, it's a little foam seat. You've probably already seen all kinds of pictures of this airplane online. There's your motor. Feels very, very notchy, so that's good. Yeah, looking real nice. A little bigger than I expected, and I am totally fine with that. Got your inlet here for air, and then there's a I'm not sure if that's an inlet yet. I need to, or an outlet, I should say, for air. It doesn't look like it because there's like a little, I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a little screw down in there. Yeah, you should be able to see that. I think these are holes to hold the wing in, because there was a problem with the Bixler 1 where the wings would come out and people were like taping them together. I also really like the nice big flat tail here. That's very cool. It's very low out of the way. And again, this foam seems very, very dense, very strong. I do like that a lot. So let's go ahead and pull this off. Very nice. The magnet seems really strong. I don't think that's going to come off by itself. I don't think you need to add any tape. That's pretty good. All right, and then looking inside here, looks like we've got some 3.5 millimeter bullet connectors, and we've got some servo leads. They look decently long, and these servos look like they are, yeah, these are the servos for, if I can kind of see down in there, these are the servos for the elevator and rudder, and those are connected via these nice big long control pieces here, and they are taped over. However, they go through a little plastic tube, and again, I'm not sure how visible that's going to be on my camcorder. The light in my kitchen is not super good, but and then this one This is for the, I'm guessing this is the, I haven't looked at the instructions, I'm guessing that's the elevator. This is probably the rudder. And this one actually has a little bit of a bend to it. And again, that's, I don't know if you can see it, but there's basically a plastic tube that this travels down, and it's under the Bixler logo and these graphics here. So that's pretty cool. There is tons of room in the nose. I am gonna guess, yeah, so I believe the battery is gonna go in there, but there is a lot of room in the nose. So if you can, I don't know how well you can see that, but there's a ton of room in there. Maybe I can do it this way. I don't know if this is gonna come out, but yeah, there's a ton of room in there. Looks like it's glued together via two pieces. And again, those servos are already in place, which is nice. I'm going to go over all the servos really carefully, make sure they're properly seated and glued into place properly. These ones feel like they're probably in there pretty good. So that's pretty good. It feels pretty strong. Looks like it's aided by a little bit of a, looks like this is a thin carbon fiber spar here along the bottom of the tail. And then as also mentioned by Josh Bixler himself on Flight Test, looks like there's a hard piece of plastic right here on the bottom to help with durability on landings. So, you know, I gotta give it to Hobby King for a $70 plane. This is looking really, really good, and I love the pusher prop. I think this is going to be a great, fun plane to fly. I'm hoping I can get it up in the air on Sunday. It's raining here right now. Oh yeah, another thing of note, there is obviously there's a motor which needs to spin, and again it feels very notchy, which can be good. And then you can see, I don't know how you can see this, but there's a motor mount there, and inside there, looks like there's a plastic. Yeah, it looks like there's a plastic motor mount that's glued into place, and then the motor has screws, and it's, let's see, those look like kind of a pain in the butt to get to, but you could probably get to them if you're careful, and you can get that motor out of there and replace it with something more powerful, which I hear a lot of people do, especially if they're flying FPV, and they weigh down this airplane with some FPV gear, maybe a GoPro, and I'll stick all that stuff here on the nose, and yeah, so that's pretty good. I think that's looking really good. So that's the fuselage. So we'll go ahead and put this back on, and we'll set this guy right here in the box. And then finally, we've got, looks like we got the rest of our parts. I'm gonna guess this is glue, but I don't know that for sure. And then we have some clevis, spinner. We've got a prop here. This is a 7x5 electric prop. Looks like it's sort of a modified GWS style prop. And then we've got some servo linkages in here, for control linkages. Oh, and a Y adapter. Oh, there are two Y adapters in here. If you wanted to run your servos on a Y adapter, but I plan on just running each servo on its own channel. I'm going to put in the 8-channel radio that came with my DX7. And you get a little screwdriver, and there's some, looks like there's some Velcro in here, and some big long screws. These big long screws are probably to hold the wing in. And it looks like there are some spinner adapters for the prop in there as well. So you get a pretty good little kit in there, looks like. So I'm pretty pleased with that. And I believe these extra little servo linkages are going to be for your rudder with their clevis. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And the clevis looks small enough that you can probably put some fuel tubing over those to hold them in place if you wanted to use the old fuel tubing trick. So, or maybe a little tiny rubber band or something like that. Whatever floats your boat. So there you have it. This is my unboxing of the Hobby King Bixler 2. Thanks for watching.